Hi everybody, this is the comic book the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the comic book and hopefully you like this video. And of course, hit that subscribe button. We have something actually quite amusing, and it's real. This is coming from Marvel Comics. We now have a white Black Panther. I shit you not. A white Black Panther. And this is part of a new storyline I guess they're doing with the T'Challa, when she, I mean, really, and it's quite amusing, and people are having a lot of fun with it. As you know, this has always been sort of something people have goofed about, over the years. Is like, we get tired of seeing, all these, sidekicks being made into the main heroes. We get tired of seeing Sam Wilson as Captain America and things like that. And people thought it would be funny, and as a joke, have a white character be the Black Panther. Well, it has come to pass from bounding into comics. Headline: Marvel Comics introduced T'Challa's white son, Katima, as future Black Panther and King of Wakanda. That's pretty funny. And he looks a lot like Baron Trump, by the way. And a move that is sure to cause the exact explosion of discourse it was intended to. Marvel Comics has kicked off their latest visit to their Marvel Knights imprint. The revelation that at some point in the near future of Earth 616, T'Challa will find himself challenged for both Wakandan throne and the Black Panther by his heir apparent, his blonde-haired, white-skinned son, Baron Trump. Katima. That is really unbelievable as it may seem. The twist of Wakanda's canon was confirmed in the debut issue of Christopher Priest and clueless Joe Quesada's new Marvel Knights, The World to Come miniseries. The latest title in the Marvel Knights imprint, as originally created by clueless Joe Quesada to denote those books that were a bit too edgy for the publisher's general audience. The World to Come. I would say this. He met some women, and that's where the world to come comes from. Really, spreading that seed around. Didn't realize he was spreading that seed around as much as Genghis Khan. Really. If you don't know, historically, Genghis Khan has a lot of descendants. The World to Come flings readers into the new future of the Marvel Universe to find a Wakanda embroiled in political unrest as a new resistance group known as the Aquamarines wages an ongoing coup attempt against the country's traditional ruling regime. Okay? As to how the world's most advanced nation found itself in such a state of disarray, I didn't realize there were white people in that country. Did you know that? Well, there are people some white people in South Africa, but they're being, sent off to Phantom. I don't want to joke around about that. But it is soon revealed that the heart-shaped dominoes began to fall when his current King T'Challa was met with a former combat challenge for the throne by his son Katima, a formidable masked warrior who's found himself fed up. I'm fed up! His father's indifference towards his people's autonomy. Though he easily proves himself the more competent warrior, T'Challa finds himself unable to bring the challenge to an end, as thanks to his son's adamant refusal to voluntarily surrender, the only way to do so would require him to outright kill Katima. Mistaking his father's mercy as patronization, Katima ultimately brings things to a close after he flies into a rage, doing so taking his father by surprise and dropping him with a brutal three-hit combo. Interesting. Just like that, took him out. With T'Challa unable to stand, the team returns to the elders of Wakanda and formally declares himself the country's new top cat. White Massa, that's what he is now. Proclaiming, I am king now, Wakanda is mine. The new Black Panther proceeds to remove his mask and reveal himself to his new subjects. Aghast! As much to their surprise, rather than a black-skinned African, the T'Challa's son sports far paler skin, and blonder hair than his fellow countrymen. You don't say? He looks like Baron Trump. Yeah, he might also be the son of Elon Musk. He's got a lot of kids running around too. At current, outside of his existence, physical appearance, and hatred of his father, no further details have been presented regarding Katiba's background. Notably, the issue reveals that at some point following his divorce from X-Men mainstay Storm, the child reunited with his first fiancée, Monica Lynn, who happens to be black. And the two eventually became pregnant. Given Katiba's complexion, it seems unlikely that Monica, a black woman, is his actual mother. Thus, current speculation suggests that the new king of Wakanda may be the child's son by another, yet to be introduced woman, or an orphan he adopted and brought into his legacy, a la Batman and his various Robins. I wouldn't go that far. Well, when you're a king, you want to spread your seed out. You want to have all these children. You don't want to be that goofball, King Charles, having two kids and living in Dracula's mansion in Romania. I am not joking. King Charles lives in Romania in the same place as Vlad the Impaler. It should also be noted that in regards to the canon status of Katima and his time ruling over Wakanda, the exact classification of Marvel Knights: A World to Come, and of course Black Panther has been coming a lot, is a bit complicated. You think so? I tell you, these black guys, they always haven't. I mean, what does he think he is, a basketball NBA player? What does he think he's an NBA player? My goodness. He probably has more children than an NBA player at this point. Well, I mean, that's a really unfortunate world to come. And he has a white kid. Very unfortunate name. Well, every book that has thus far released under the Marvel Knights banner has been set firmly in Earth 616. The fact that a world to come takes place at a vague point in the future invites confusion around whether or not the book is considered full-on mainstream canon. To this end, and as explained by Priest himself in an interview with AIPT Comics, our Black Panther is our world to come. I mean, really. It's completely our own vision of the near future. It is not tied into any other bit of Marvel continuity, which gives us enormous freedom to do things like have Lockjaw show up. So we're very happy about that. So Lockjaw was coming too, huh? Coming in as part of this book. Ultimately, more information regarding Katima's history, canon status, and tenure as the White Black Panther will come to light when Marvel Knights: The World to Come, Volume 1, Number 2, hits shelves on July 9th. Well, isn't that special? I'll tell you, these kings, man, they can't keep the pants on. And like I said, what do you think, he's an NBA player, for God's sake? Well, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Comic Book Hut. Hope you had a good laugh. And I'll see you later.